I think there's a very standard contents in an opinion, which every opinion, irrespective of how small or big it is, should contain as a good practice. What are the contents of an opinion which are very important? So every opinion should have a heading, of course, a date and a reference number. Heading is important because it basically tells you what is this opinion all about. Date and reference number, if once you start giving a lot of opinions from your office as a lawyer, reference number helps you locate an opinion going forward. There have been situations wherein lawyers have been called in evidence in an arbitration or in a litigation. Okay. So it's very important for lawyers also to be able to go back to their records and check and find out that particular document is given to the client.
Okay.
So reference number is good for internal documentation. Then it should have a detail as to the recipient of that particular opinion in that organization. Invariably, there will be one person interacting with you for that particular opinion. It's very important for you to have that name in the opinion, because again, if you have to go back to that opinion after 2-3 years when a dispute has arisen, it is important for you to know that this opinion was sent to this particular person in the organization. The provider of an opinion is also very important, because similarly, while you have to know as to whom you are given an opinion, in a big law firm or a big office wherein a lot of people are involved in giving opinions, it's also important to know as to who has given that opinion. And then, of course, the subject and the reference, as I've already stated. The purpose of the opinion is nothing but a little more detailed background of the situation and the point of law you will be dealing with in a particular document. Then it should also contain the brief facts, which we call a background or our understanding. As a matter of good practice, I always don't write it as brief facts. I write it as our understanding or my understanding, because those are nothing but what have been made to understand by the client. So tomorrow, if I have to justify my opinion, I would be able to do that just by stating that this is what my understanding was, and this opinion is based on that particular understanding. After you have jotted down your understanding, all the brief facts in the opinion, it's important to understand and jot down the issues involved or the queries which have been raised. So that particular section can be termed as the issues or the queries section. After that was, of course, your opinion on that particular issue or the query. Your opinion can be further broken into a lot of sections and subsections depending on how many queries are there and how many issues you are trying to answer in that particular opinion. After that, you conclude your opinion as to what in respect of each issue, and then if it's a longish opinion, if the opinion is more than 5 pages, as a matter of good practice, there has to be a summary. So a 5-page opinion, a half-page summary is always good for a quick view to the opinion, which of course the board of management or the CEO or the CFO would just look at and find out as to what this opinion is all about and what is the decision, not the decision, sorry, but what is the basically the opinion of the lawyer.
Right.
The last part of an opinion is very important, which is called the disclaimer or the scope and limitations. Mm-hmm. As a lawyer, it is very important. I'll go through the complete section on scope and limitation disclaimer as to what all needs to be there. It's very important because that would cover a lot of things in terms of your liability and also a lot of which the company might assume and they should not. For example, if they use an opinion which has been given today, 6 months later, that might be just obsolete because a lot of changes in the law or changes in the situation of fact or the judicial pronouncement. So all these things need to be covered in the scope limitation aspect of the section of your opinion. So as I said, it needs to have a reference, a date, and to which person has it been sent to, which company, and the which person. The reference will have what is the origin of that opinion, whether it's an email or it's a meeting or it's a conference call. So you just put a reference meeting dated or an email dated so and so. It needs to also have the person who sent the opinion and the contact details of that person. This this last section is the brief subject of the opinion, and then these are the sections which are contained in an opinion. So it will have a purpose, a background, and the issues, opinion, conclusion, summary, scope, and limitation.